All right, so a lot of this is fairly straightforward. The ramp, one of the aspects you're going to be building is you're going to be adding this restraining strap to the hole here at the bottom end of the ramp, and putting the easy release clip through this folded end of the strap. So that's one element of the build that you're going to do, fairly self-explanatory. Another aspect is joining the ropes with the easy release clip to this eye bolt. But prior to that, you have to build this eye bolt. So that's one of the more complex aspects of it. The eye bolt itself clearly passes down through the hole in the platform and is bolted. There's a nut on the underside to hold it secure. The only thing that sort of makes this complicated at all is the fact that we want to separate the steel bolt from the aluminium platform, because metals don't play nicely together. So we effectively sheathe the bolt in plastic as it passes through the platform. And so you have to do that. We provide you with the sleeves and things, but you need to make sure you pass through. And if you don't, it'll be very rattly anyway, because the holes are big enough for the sheaths. And it is quite tight here, because there's this other thing going on, which is the anchor strap. So this is also something you're going to need to build, and we recommend doing the eye bolt first. So you can see that it does get a bit fiddly here, and would be fiddlier if that were straight. Now with the eye bolt strap, it's a very short bolt, and it passes through a hole in this webbing. Nice. I might take that apart actually and show you. So the strap has this nice what's that called? Rivet. So the bolt goes through a washer, through the webbing on the outside of the platform, and then there's another washer here on the inside there before we go through the platform, and that just allows the webbing to move without getting itself tangled in any way. And then we just got to put that nut on. So now what we have is the eye bolt and the webbing secured. We've seen how it's relatively easy to attach the rope to that by the easy release clip. And we've talked about the other end here. So really what that leaves us with is the sort of the more complex aspect of this build, which is joining the ramp to the platform. Now the ramp and the platform are built when you receive this, but you have to join them. That's what we have a look at now, is how to do that. We might do that by taking it apart. Right, so what we're looking at here is we've got this brake here, which consists of the two inflatable rollers and the spacer. They're sitting on a rod, passes through there. The rod itself is held in place by these two brackets here, and that's going to be the first thing that you build, so we will do that last as we're taking it apart. So what we're looking at here, this washer here. Okay, so what the washer's doing, it bolts to the bracket, and what it does is it covers up this connection here, and therefore prevents me from doing that, or prevents that from happening when in use. And you see I can't come this way because there's a washer at the other end, but but I've taken this one off, so now that will slide off. And that, in fact, is exactly what I want to do to take that platform off, and in reverse to put it on. So once I've built my ramp, I'm then going to introduce that to there and slide it on. I've already got the washer at the other end, so it can't come any further. And that, so that is both the hinge and the way it connects. So now, before use, I want to make sure that I put this washer back on to prevent it slipping out during use. I mean, you might argue that it wouldn't, since the whole thing is flat, but anyway, it might. So we don't want that to happen, so we put the washer on there. So that comes off. What we're going to do now is build this construction here. So this construction here requires 2 spanners. I've untightened one of those nuts, so now I should be able to slide the rod out. And as it falls out, these come apart. So these are your parts. So I could put a nut on one end and then introduce the rod through the, goodness me, through the inflatable, through the spacer, and then into the other inflatable, push it all the way through, do the nut up. That's built the brake. It looks like a bumper, and I'm very tempted to say the bumper, but if you were to be hit by the wheelchair platform swing when it was swinging, the bumper would help, but it would still hurt. So I don't want to call it the bumper, because it sounds like sort of something fun to be hit by, and it wouldn't be. So so that's it. That's how you build it. So you push the rod through the through this setup of 3 parts, and then put the nut on the other end, tighten that up. That's built the ramp. The ramp then slides onto the platform. I've already got a washer on one end, so that's good for me. Now it's probably worth pointing out that this this action here that I'm doing, I've made it look easy there, but it does require you to get it in the right angle to slide it on. I mean, I can't slide it off like that, so I wouldn't be able to get it on either. As it rises up, it becomes fluid. That's the right word. So when it's down there, and obviously, if I were even further down, so if I was trying to connect it like that, I simply wouldn't be able to. You've got to be, there would be impossible, and there would suddenly become possible, but very, very difficult. Whereas when you're up at this angle, it slides on nicely. So we have had 1 or 2 people who, when they've got to about this point, for some reason, something's happened, and a great deal of weight has sort of been applied somewhere along the line, and when it's only partially in, you know, I've got a lot of leverage here. I could, you know, if I tried to, I could sort of apply a great deal of leverage here and bend the aluminium here, and then you wouldn't be able to do it. It would be broken. So you want to get it all the way on, lock it into place, and then no problems. So that effectively is how you will receive the wheelchair platform swing, is in these 2 major parts. You'll get your brake parts, and you get your ropes and your clamps, and it's a fairly easy build. You will of course also get the parts that connect to the swing frame that allow us to secure it, and you will get a swing frame. So thanks for watching. Please, if you have got somebody in your life who enjoys swinging and you're finding it harder to get them out of the wheelchair, this is a simple and fun way of bringing swinging back into their life. So please do consider buying it, but be aware that it's an involved process of swinging, requiring systematic loading and unloading and swinging. So anyway, I hope you go for it. Thanks very much for watching.